In the shop right now, currently with Woodworking with Wes, we have a vanity that we are doing for a client, and we have our pieces all cut here. We have them edge banded, but we have a problem. There's no edge banding the color that they have chosen for their vanity. So we edge banded with just a generic piece of wood edge banding, and we're going to do what I call a stain stack. I'm going to introduce you to that. What it is we stack the wood, get it ready for the paint shop, and paint just the edges. Now, of course, we have a lot of wood and we don't want our wood to get all painted, so I'm going to show you how we keep just our edges exposed to our paint. Let's get ready by making sure our wood is sanded, our edges are cleaned, and I'll show you how we stack them up so that they're painted in the paint shop, just the edges. We start off by filing and sanding our edge banded pieces. I always take my file and just sand it down. Then we take a piece of sandpaper. This is 150 grit, and we're going to sand our wood to 150. Now this is walnut that I use. This is a real wood edge banding that I want, just walnut. I used it because I had some left over. It doesn't make any difference what kind of wood you use for a paint grade color, just as long as it's a wood edge banding so that your paint will stick. We'll sand it so it's nice and smooth. We're just going to break the edges a little bit like that. And this piece is now ready, and we're going to do all the rest of our pieces just like that as we go through our pile of wood getting ready for the paint shop. We have our pieces all sanded, ready to put together in our stain stack. The one thing that we do is we do it upside down, and we do small pieces to large pieces so that if there's any overspray, we don't get overspray on all the pieces at once. We only have one piece that just covers everything. You'll see as we put it together what I mean. We tape it all together so it holds together as we move it over to the paint shop and start to paint. And like I say, again, we start with the small pieces and work our way to the large pieces. I put this on a cart and a trash can with a little board here on it to make it nice and level. I do this for ease of transportation back and forth to the paint shop. This has nothing to do with the stain stack itself. We start with the littler pieces. We tape these smaller ones together so that we have a nice level area. We're going to, and I do them upside down, so like I say, if there's any overspray, the overspray doesn't get on any of the surfaces that would show. Excuse me here, I'm trying to do this backwards and getting my fat fingers in the way, but bear with me as I get this stain stack put together. I also, as I get each level put together, now this is all of the level of this size, I put me a piece of tape around the ends of each level to hold each level together. I'm going to move this forward a little bit so I can get my tape on here. And you want your face to be perfectly flush on your stain stack. That makes your painting much better, and your overspray at a minimum. So these are all perfectly level. Now we'll move this level back a little bit. Okay, we'll get ready to do our next level. Now I want to, as I stack things here, I've got to put some filler blocks here to make sure that my back doesn't fall down. So let me find some little filler blocks and put in here. Now we'll move to the next level. next width, and you can see how this width kind of blocks off any overspray that might happen to the lower levels. I'm going to tape these two pieces together. We now have all of the pieces to our vanity all put together in our stain stack, and they're all nice and level. Let's see, we've got to make sure that we're nice and level here. We got one that doesn't fit just right. Okay, now we're nice and level. These are the sides. This is the floors and stretchers to the sink, and this is the floor and stretchers to the drawer section. It's a very small little vanity. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run a piece of tape across here to clean off this edge, and we're going to tape a cover piece on here to make sure that we don't have any overspray, and this stain stack is ready to go to the paint shop. For our color that we're going to spray today, we're going to use a pre-catalyzed lacquer tinted to the color of dress blue. That's a Sherwin-Williams color. We've filled our gravity gun and we're ready to spray. Let's watch. We've completed the painting in the paint shop. We've sprayed 2 coats of our pigmented pre-cat lacquer. We sanded between the coats, and we sprayed 1 coat of clear top coat pre-cat lacquer to give us a nice smooth finish on the faces of our melamine panels to build our cabinets. Now, part of doing a stain stack is unveiling and cleaning, so let's do that. We taped up our stain stack and we covered it so we wouldn't have a lot of overspray. We taped our front edge. Peel off our tape. We've done a pretty good job masking our edge, but there's always just a little bit of cleaning that needs to be done. And the way we do that, I'll put on my glasses here so I can see. You just take a very fine 150 sandpaper or 180 sandpaper and just lightly sand that edge on the melamine side, and that just cleans off any roughness and makes a nice, smooth, clean paint edge for get ready for the assembly on our cabinet. Let's go ahead and do that all the way through, and then we'll be ready for assembly on our cabinet. We've completed our clean of our stain stack, but you can see at this one little edge we have some overspray, and I'm going to show you how we take care of that. I keep a little bottle of lacquer thinner, and we just take a paper towel and just clean off that overspray so that we have a nice white melamine and a nice crisp edge for our color. These are our stretchers. This is our bottom. These are our panels. We have a sink that we have and put together, and a little teeny stack of drawers. This is a small vanity with just a stack of drawers down one side. Let's go ahead and put one cabinet together and show you what it looks like all together with our nice blue edge. Now you can see our vanity. This is our sink and our little stack of drawers that we have. This is our small vanity like I talked about. You can see those nice painted edges, how they come together. The doors and drawers will be painted the same color. Make a nice beautiful blue vanity. But that's how we paint the edges on a melamine surface when we don't have an edge banding that matches. And you can paint any edge on anything. Doesn't have to be just a cabinet. Anything that's got to have just the edge painted, you can do in a stain stack. Just another little trick to learn in the cabinet shop with Woodworking with Wes.